Hey everyone, it's Bill and Candace from Rusted Roots and rustedroots.com.
Hey guys, so this is the new Rusted Roots shop, and this is going to be our first official video tour to show you guys around.
It's a little bare bones at the moment, but that's what we wanted to show you. We wanted to show you what it looks like before we put all the work into it to make it what it's going to be when we open the doors this spring.
Yes, so we did quite a lot of work at our last shop to really flip it and make it very Rusted Roots, and that's exactly what we plan to do here. So let's waste no time. Let's hop on in and give you guys a tour of the new Rusted Roots shop.
So this is the barn. It's located in Mebane, North Carolina.
We will give you guys the address closer to our spring 2017 opening here in Mebane. So the front of this barn has so much character. Like, these posts are cedar that were harvested from right here on the property. And we've got two really big barn doors on the front of the barn. I'll show you these better from the inside so you can see kind of how they open up. But gorgeous character on this barn all the way around. And while it does have like that really kind of old school feel to it, the barn is actually just a little over 25 years old. All of this wood is pine that was harvested from right here where the barn currently sits, which is really amazing. The folks that we bought this property from, he was a tremendously talented woodworker, and so he built this barn with his own hands. So super duper special, lots of meaning, definitely some Rusted Roots.
So as you approach the barn from the road, you're actually coming on the back side of the shop. This is the front side, which has got a nice little front porch. The wood that you see there will be removed, and we'll have it decorated Rusted Roots style.
Yeah, so this was all some wood that the former owners left us. Like I said, he was a woodworker, so this is kind of like a wood rack that he used to store a lot of his wood. So we, of course, are gracious for all of the wood. I'm sure we'll be using that. And then we will take down the wood rack so that we can kind of create a front porch area here on what will be the front of the Rusted Roots shop.
There's some more of the cedar posts that Candace was talking about in the back.
Yeah, and I mean, look how this is put together. I mean, even the way that the beams are cut and notched to fit, I mean, that it has that old feel and that old style of building, and yet was built in the 90s. So really, really great. We're really excited to put the shop in here. So we'll go through this entrance here. This small little space here will likely just end up being a storage room, but it's an easy way to get into the big part of the shop. So this barn is 1,500 square feet, a little bit larger than our shop that we had in Hillsborough. You'll see that the floors are just simply plywood at this point. Nothing fancy with this barn. This was his woodworking shop. So it's really kind of good bones and a blank slate, and we're super excited to kind of give it our own special touch. You'll see that the walls are, you know, they've never been painted. They're just
they're just bare sheetrock is what it is.
Yeah.
And the ceiling is the same way. We'll be putting the signature tin and barnwood on the walls. We haven't quite decided yet what to do with the ceiling.
We did burlap in our old shop on the ceiling. Not sure if we'll do that or if we'll try something a little new. So speaking of barn wood and barn doors, we actually have 3 really cool barn doors. So these are the first that I showed you from the outside. This works really, really well because it serves as a loading dock. So when we get our big freight shipments, we will no longer need a lift gate or anything like that. Trucks can back right up into the barn, and then they will be able to offload. Woo!
The wind just blew it.
It's kind of windy outside. They'll be able to offload the load right here, and we can bring it right into the shop. So, and then there's 2 other really big barn doors. I'll let you show them those.
Okay.
So these are your traditional sliding barn doors. So this is the other that was on the front of the shop. it opens right up to the front. That's the main road there. So, and then this is where we were standing earlier when we showed you guys the porch. So that's the barn door open over there. And then we're looking back into the shop here.
And directly across is another barn door. And we believe that this one will most likely be our entrance and exit.
Yeah, so we're still kind of working on the configuration of exactly how we're gonna lay this shop out. But we think it might work to have this be our entrance and our exit. It's a big wide space. It'll be great for bringing furniture in and out and all of that. So this is the back of the shop where we just came in. Here is the wood rack. And then the door that we went in earlier is just over there on the other side of the wood rack. So again, we're thinking that this will likely be our entrance and our exit. We're hoping to arrange the shop in such a way that we can put a big long checkout counter along this wall here. So it'll be great, you can come pay and then just go right out that door. And then we're thinking that in this space over here, we will probably, perhaps, build some really big shelves. So this will kind of be like a self-service hold area. So we won't have to put stuff behind the counter anymore. You guys can just make your own piles of stuff over here and then just bring it right over to the register when you're ready to pay.
But what about the truck counter?
Oh, the truck counter. So we have decided that we have slightly outgrown our truck counter. However, it will forever be beloved in our hearts. So we will still use it here in the shop. And we're thinking that it may fit nicely right here along this wall. If you remember from the shop in Hillsborough, the tailgate is kind of on this end, and then the counter comes out this way. So we would still be able to access this door here, which happens to be an office or a storage closet. We're using it as storage and have already put some items in there that will be in the shop when we open later this spring. So we're thinking that the truck counter will go here in this space. So as for the rest of the shop, it is a completely blank slate. We are super excited to get everything in here and kind of figure out how it will all be placed.
If you remember the shop in Hillsborough, it did not have heat. It had air conditioning, but it did not have heat. This place is the opposite. It has heat. In this unit up here on the ceiling is our heater.
But no AC.
But it doesn't have AC. That unit is also a big fan. And we have plenty of windows that we can open up, and with the barn doors open and the windows open.
It'll be like an open air barn once we get all of the windows open. I don't want them to slam back because it's super windy outside. So I don't want to bust the glass on them before we even open. But it's great. I mean, most of our lot here, we have 5 acres here, is wooded. Whoop. So, so it's very quiet. And we are off of a semi-major road, but that'll be great for all of you out-of-towners that come to visit us here in Mebane, because we're really easy to get to. We're just 6 minutes from the Tanger Outlets in Mebane, which is a huge tourist attraction, so hopefully we will be the second major tourist attraction.
But if we want to be the next tourist attraction here in Mebane, we're going to need a parking lot.
And a big one.
Right now, all we have are trees.
5 acres
Lots
of trees to be exact. So we brought in a couple of folks to give us estimates on putting in our second driveway, as well as clearing a lot of these trees so we can put in a parking lot. So we'll be sure to keep you posted on that process over the next few weeks.
And we will also keep you posted when we do updates with the floors or the walls and ceilings,
as we do everything to get this barn ready for our spring 2017 opening here in Mebane, North Carolina. So we will keep you updated on Instagram and on Facebook, and of course at rustedroots.com. We'll see you guys there. Bye.